Welcome to the Curation Corner, a show about curation of posts on the platform. I'm Shadows Pub, here with my co-host Artemis North, and our guest today, Poetic Steak. We'll be talking about what creators look for when curating posts. It's an opportunity to learn how to improve your posts. And Snacky, welcome.
Thank you. It's a blast to be here.
Great to have you here. Right, just fresh off your celebration of 2 years on the platform.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. It was, it was so funny. Everybody who was on the show during that time, they did things behind my back and, to surprise me. And it was seriously feeling like it was Christmas. And it was really cool. And yes, 2 years already. Man, I feel so old.
2 years is a long time on this platform.
It feels like I've been here like 80 years and that I'm walking with a stroller now,
With a stroller?
Yeah, instead of slithering fast, I have to get my stroller and, bump myself forward. I'm getting old. 2 years, yeah.
Okay. That is old. I hear
may
you're
be
70 now.
This may be a terminology thing because when we refer to a stroller here, it's usually got a child in it. I think you might mean a cane.
No, a little thingy with 4 wheels, and the old people have a walker. Yeah,
a walker.
I'm Dutch, people. I'm Dutch.
I had this vision of you feeling 80 years old with a child.
Oh my lord. No, a walker. I meant a walker. Thank you, main event. My always to the rescue, main. Mawari.
Get snuck a scooter, main says.
Yeah.
I had
also friendly.
I had a friend that Artemis knew her as well. And this little sweetheart, she did what I called a ministry of little kindnesses around the community here. If there was some little thing that she could do to make somebody's day better, she'd do that. And she phoned me up one day and she was just irate. Somebody in town had gotten one of those scooters. And they were in at the local coffee shop with her, and they were trying to convince her that, she's coming up on 80, and she needed one of those scooters to get around town. And, of course, she, perfectly capable of walking, and she was just irate at the suggestion. So I sat there, and I let her continue to talk for a while, and she went on and on and on. And finally, she went quiet, and she said to me, "Are you there?" And I went, "Yeah." She said, "I thought I lost you." And I says, "No." I says, "I'm sitting here trying to visualize you working the county with your scooter." Well, she roared, laughed, and dropped her anger, and we went on with the conversation. And she would, too. Give her the opportunity, she'd work the whole county instead of just town. So, you've recently kind of revitalized your You Got Snack project.
Yes. How did you know that?
Oh, just a little rumor I heard someplace.
Oh, dear. People are talking about it.
Well, that's good. Create buzz.
Yeah.
So tell us about your You Got Snack project.
Well, it started in January this year. I won the MAM contest on MSP. The Peace, Liberty, Abundance, and I'm sorry. I always mess up names and also the names of groups and stuff. So I'm sorry beforehand. But I won the MAM contest, and with that came a delegation of 10,000 SP, if I'm correct, and I could use that for a month. And next to that, I also won 500 SP from something else. I don't know anymore. And I wanted to do something good with it. I was still under 5,000 SP myself at that time. So my curation rewards and stuff, in my vote, it went up. And I thought, why not do a curation project? So I started it, and I fell in love. It was meant to do for just a month, but I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, after that month, the delegation went away, and I thought to myself, it's not all that's the most important thing is not the vote, it's the visibility. At least that's my opinion. So why not continue the project? And I did. for a while, and then I stopped. Also for a while, I got a little bit discouraged, and you go to this steam depression and all that, stuff. But then 20 weeks ago, or 20 episodes ago, I thought, why not start over, but this time do it with a team. And that's what we do now. We are collecting amazing curators, and we have 7 now. I'm number 8. I curate myself as well as a curator, but I have a wonderful team, and together we now curate posts, and we do 2 compilation posts each week, and we feature amazing posts that we like, posts that we think deserve, visibility and, eyes on their posts, followers, and, a happy moment.
So you said that you got discouraged. Was there anything particular that discouraged you, or was it personal life?
I think it was a little bit of both. I mean, if you go through a harder period in time in your real life, obviously your online life will get a little blow as well, because you don't want to spend that much time anymore doing, fun stuff. You don't see it anymore, and yeah, it was, drama when things happen on the platform. It's not that I take everything personal or anything, because other people's problems are not my problems, but it does affect you in a way. And yeah, I got a little bit discouraged.
Yeah, and as Snook points out there, Steam should be fun.
Yes, absolutely. And even though there are a lot of Steamians here who do Steam it as a job, I still believe it should be a fun job.
Oh, totally. You gotta have some fun, if it just isn't worth being on.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, Steam It is so brand new still, only two years and a few months. So, the opportunities are endless, and if you have fun creating stuff and all the doors are still open, you should enjoy that fully.
Yeah, we still are the early adopters. It's going to take a while before that's going to flip over. And the longer we hang in, the more fun we have, the better.
Yes, I agree. Fun is what matters, people. Getting a vote on your post is cool. Absolutely, I agree. Gives you an amazing feeling if you get a whale vote on your post, and your post goes from 60 cents or 3 cents to, $10 or $50. I mean, come on, that would make everybody smile. But the connections you can make, the opportunities to create work or help others, oh my God, there's so much more than just that vote. And you just have to open your eyes to find it, and see it. And that will open doors to having fun, instead of always being, I don't know, why don't people not vote on my post? Is my post not good enough? What am I doing wrong? Just focus on the positive.
Absolutely. So, what do you look at when you're doing curating for You Got Snacked? What type of elements are you looking for in a post?
Words? Or does that not count?
What's that?
Words? Letters?
Well, unless the person was doing artwork.
But yeah, no, I look for effort. That's the first. I like to see effort in a post. It doesn't have to be perfect. For me, it doesn't have to be perfect. Grammar mistakes are made. It doesn't matter to me. As long as I understand what you're doing and what your point is in the post, I will see past them. I want to see that you put your effort in it, that you took the time to create something, either that is totally yours in your own style, or something so amazing that everybody will faint seeing it. I want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to feel the happiness in it. Even though posts about mental health and stuff like that, they don't have to be sparkly and happy. That's a different thing. But I look for effort. And if a post can make me smile after reading or after seeing a video or listening to music, I will curate it. And that can be in different sections, music to videos to artwork. I really enjoy the art sections of Steam It. But yeah, also the life stories, the real emotional stories that can touch you. That's what I look for.
And you're an artist in your own right, so I don't know about other people, but myself, if I was doing an art post and it got curated by you, I think it would have, considerably more value because it's a peer that has recognized my work.
Yeah, that's true. It feels for me that way too. If another artist, sends me a DM or replies to my post and gives you, a thumbs up, and you feel like, whoa, that's cool. And yeah, I call myself an artist. I don't know if I'm an artist. Maybe I'm a wannabe artist. But yeah, I like it. I like doing it. And
I've seen your work. I'll call you an artist.
oh, thank you. I have problems calling myself things like, it's always a hard point. I need to work on that. We all have to learn things.
I think a lot of people do have that same sort of problem. We always kind of hesitate about our own talents, even though they may actually be there.
Yeah, isn't it amazing that you look to a painting, when I look to a painting that I made, and my neighbor tells me, oh, wow, are you going to sell it? And I think, oh my God, a 3-year-old could have done this.
Yeah. Have you seen 3-year-olds work?
Yeah.
Azaria just said she still can't call herself a singer. We can.
Yeah, I mean, she is amazing. Oh, everybody should listen to her music. She has such a wonderful voice, and the way she makes music as well. Wow, she is truly a singer and an artist.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, Artemis, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
I haven't forgot you. You can jump in anytime here.
Well, I'm enjoying listening to you two talking. I would say you guys are friends. So how long have you two been friends?
Actually, the first time I met Poetic Snake, the two of us were on Main Event's show.
Oh, yeah.
That was well over a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Maine and I do this show now for, well, at least Maine is doing it for a year, if I'm correct. Yep, it's his fault.
Yeah, it's Maine's fault.
Yeah, we were on the same episode, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
We were. And I remember we were I think we both did the pre-recording, and we were both in the audience.
Yes.
I kind of took a liking to you right then.
Aw, I took a kind of liking to you too.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, because we stayed in touch after that, for sure, I'm sure.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've messaged back and forth and made comments on each other's posts, and then Artemis came onto the platform, and I introduced you to her, and you actually kind of liked her too for some reason.
Yeah, but what's not to like? I mean, she's amazing.
Oh, now you're going to make me blush. So,
yes.
I'm really curious, Sneki, what brought you to the platform?
Money.
Oh, now you're acting like shadows. Would you care to elaborate?
What?
Well, it's an honest answer. Money brought me to the platform. A friend of me introduced me to the Steam It platform, and he said, I was writing books before I joined Steam It. No bestsellers, nothing fancy. Just, I was having fun writing stuff, and my friend knew that, and he said, no, you should check out this platform. It's called Steemit, and you can earn some crypto money there, and maybe make a living out of your hobby. And I was looking and looking and looking, and all I did find were Steam Irons. I totally spelled the name wrong, so it took me like 3 weeks before I finally found Steemit. And then, I came for the money, and I think after 2 weeks, I already know that I would not stay for the money, but for the community. But I'm still here to make money. I mean, I'm being honest here. It's a platform where you blog and you can create opportunities to earn a little bit, and also make a habit out of it to make other people earn. And that's something that I really enjoy. The voting on others, helping people with projects and stuff like that.
Thanks for your honesty, because I think in reality we all started here for the money. And it is important to us, but I think the communities and the friendship kind of overshadow it.
I agree with you. It's the community that kept me here many a times. Um, I can make money everywhere I go. I don't have to do that on Steemit. We we all, well, most, I can work with my hands. I can work with my head. So I can do it everywhere if I really want to, but I don't want to. I want to stay here because the community is so amazing, and the how you call it in English. Sometimes I have problems finding the right word in English, but um, it's so different than on other platforms. Um, People are not rude here. They are, but he's talking about the frikandel, and he spelled it totally wrong, by the way. That's a minus point for the buck IQ. Um,
Dock 'em.
he, oh Jesus! But yeah, it's wonderful. The people here are almost everyone I met is willing to help each other, is willing to take the time and spend time with others to help them create what their dreams are. Um, the feedback is so different than you would get on, let's say, Facebook, cough, cough. I still love Facebook, by the way. I'm addicted. Anyways, the community, it's wonderful here. It's a very different kind of people who stick around. I mean, there are a lot of people joining, but those who stay around and keep posting and keep going to create communities and stuff, it's a different kind of soul. I really believe that.
Yeah, the ones who join that are kind of addicted to the way, like, for example, things are on Facebook and YouTube, where things can turn nasty and self-serving very quickly. They don't stay here very long.
No, and I'm very happy about that. Please, go away. I mean, everybody's welcome, but I, you know, every platform needs a good troll. I give you that, but you know, I just it doesn't fit here, and I think people handle it in such a way that they feel that it doesn't fit here, that they won't get a foot on the ground, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
So,
So how,
go ahead, Artemis.
oh, sorry, Shadows. I'm curious as to how you decided or how you got into curating.
I got into curating because I love to read, and I was reading almost every post in my feed. So, and and then the term curating came along on the platform, and I thought, hey, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm curating posts, and even before I started the project, everybody who takes the time to read other people's content and leaves a vote and gives feedback or in any other way, you're kind of curating because you are liking a post and you tell the person why you like that post, or maybe you give some feedback on somebody who's asking questions. Um, you're kind of curating. So why not make a project out of it? And I really, really, really love it. And I think there should be a million curated projects. I have my own project, and of course, I love my own project, but I really, really hope that there will be many, many more because, with one project, You Got Snack is not that big yet. I want it to grow, but it's not super big. We cannot cover a million people. That's impossible. Even we are with 8 curators, so, I cannot read a million posts a week. That would kill me. So I want more curators. Everybody should curate. If you're not doing it before for a project, do it for yourself. It's amazing to do. And
It is.
actually, if you're reading a post and you give it a vote, you actually are already curating.
This is true, although in our definition of curating, it's sharing it with other people so that, they become aware of it and go and have a look at it.
Yeah, but then you talk about visibility part of the curators, the compilation posts and stuff. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, those votes are supposed to do that job, but they really don't do a very good job of it. So that's where people like us do that. And you've got your project with you got Snecked, and your partner there, Main Event. He's got a curation project, and Artemis has got two of them, and I've got one. And they
Yeah,
take a lot of hours to do, but they're well worth it.
absolutely. And I'm going to say hello, Mendel Sage. Mendel Sage is one of the curators as well. Stephen Wood, by the way, as well, Main Event as well. But Mendel Sage helped me last week, the week before, and created a totally new layout for the You Got Snack post. And it's those kind of things that, you know, feel amazing. You get to know somebody and they help you out. They connect with you and you say, hey, listen, I have this idea. And instead of saying, hey, listen, this is my project, keep yourself out of it, I don't want your input or whatever, I am always open to learn and to become better and, you know, to cover more ground. And he is amazing at it. And I would be a fool if I have said, no, go away, I don't want it. And he's so amazing. He explained everything to me, but he also gave me a shitload of more work to do because now I have to, you know, do stuff with pictures and blah, 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 blah. But I love it. And the post looks amazing. And that's that growing process that you do together with other Steamians, working together, the effort sharing, you know, that's so amazing.
It is. So go ahead, Artemis.
No, go ahead, Shadow.
I've talked enough. Go ahead.
I was just thinking while you were talking about people helping and you accepting their help and embracing it and saying, yes, let's do this, let's work together. It makes for such a better product in the end. I know I had a experience where I tried to work with somebody and they really didn't want to work together. It was almost like they were threatened. And it made it really hard to come together to create a community. So kudos for what you people are doing. It's awesome.
Working together, I think it should be in you to be able to work together and also to be able to accept criticism from others. And yeah, I don't know. I think the people in You Got Snacked, everybody who is there, has this gen. They want to get better. They want to keep learning, and at least that's what I want. I can say I can write a sentence, but what if somebody can help me write two amazing sentences? I would be a fool not to accept that help. And together you are so much stronger, and together you can have so much more done. And also when things get hard, you have so many more people to, you know, who will give them your shoulder and you can talk to them. And yes, they don't want to get bit by me. That's true too, Maine. He's so nice, isn't he? He's amazing.
Just don't want to get bit by the snack. And
Uh,
do you bite hard?
oh yeah, very
Okay.
hard.
So no getting bit by the snack.
No, I nibble. It's a love bite, you know.
I've got a tomcat that does that. Those hurt.
Yeah, it can hurt if it's been done on the right places. It can hurt very badly. I agree.
Okay, before we slide off the rails, what was this day today, Artemis?
Oh, today's National Orgasm Day.
So
So now we're all kind of moan together. Good lord.
before we go too far off the rails on that, what was the favorite post that you curated this week, Stacky?
We're going from orgasm to the favorite post. Okay.
That's what you call. Let's
Wow.
change the subject, even though I brought it up.
Lord. Do you want me to share the link in the
Yes, please.
the chat? 1 second. I have it ready, but I have to copy it.
Blunt Smash
before-
asks if that's an orgasm.
It's an orgasm, yeah. Well, this post actually is an orgasm. I just want to say there is not really like a perfect post for me, or the not a perfect post. How do I say it? One that I really like more than the other. I have to stay political correct because I love all the posts, and there is not one better than the other. But this one, oh my God, it was amazing.
Oh, no names left to use.
Yeah, I mean, every time that I open up his posts, the way he writes is just amazing to me. He has his own style, and he doesn't care what everybody else thinks. He's just, you know, himself, and it speaks through his words, the way he writes the sections, and also through his art. Um, this is totally a person who stays true to who they are and don't let anybody change them. And that's why I curated this post, because I love his style, and yeah, I'm a big fan. So I stalk him a lot, and yeah,
He's been on the platform for a while,
yeah, long
and
time.
he's done nothing but get better.
Yes, and it's also, uh, he always makes me laugh out loud or spit out my coffee by the way he talks things, and I love it. It's just, sometimes you just fall in love, and I did when I saw his content, and I think I will snack him again, and I will keep stalking him, of course, because yeah, it's just, I'm a fangirl. I can't help it.
I do hope that your keyboard wears protection when you're spitting out coffee.
Yeah, talking about, yeah. You keep going back to it.
Well, having, had that reaction before where you're middle of taking a drink of coffee and something catches you and makes you laugh. Yeah, the keyboard needs protection. It is our
Oh,
work
yeah.
tool.
And that work tool sometimes gets sticky. No, that's too much, right?
Yes, that's too much.
Goodness. Is this recorded?
Absolutely. In fact, it's streaming on DLive.
Oh my lord. I didn't know that. No, that's just kidding.
Yes, Stephen Wood, we're back here again. Definitely we're adults. So Artemis,
Yes.
what did you think of that post?
Thank you. I've never seen this person before, and I just skimmed over it, and I think I'm going to be getting a good laugh later when I have a good read.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I think you will. You should check out his other posts as well. Sometimes he gets a little bit angry, but in such a funny way. It still makes me laugh. It's it's just, no matter what he writes about, he keeps true to his own style, and I love that. I love that when people are able to do that.
I think another one that is a little bit like this fella, not the same type of content, but similar style and true to himself, is Salt and Pepper.
And Meesterboom. Yeah, we call it. I think it kind of sounds like a Dutch name, Meesterboom. He writes something similar in the way, and I like that as well.
Yeah.
And salt and pepper, yes, absolutely.
I love the one that Salt and Pepper did the other day. Matter of fact, I curated it for the Ramble, in which he made an announcement that the American federal government would be moving to Las Vegas and gave all the reasons why it should happen. It was well written.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's. I find it's an art on its own, to juggle around with words about serious subjects and still make people laugh. I think that's art in itself.
Totally.
And he does it every day, and he does it dead on every time.
And as Kitty Girl pointed out the other night when we were discussing him, about the same time of day. Like he writes to a schedule, it appears, and he seems to be able to meet that schedule. It's rather amazing.
I am never able to keep a schedule. It's the worst thing ever for me.
My schedule is, hey, I got a post up today.
I was like, oh, I should have posted 4 days ago. Or I push all my curators and say, hey, man, come on, you have to give me your post today. And then I post the post and find out that I'm a day early, that they were all right, I
Oh my.
just get, oh, yes, it happened last week. I'm still sorry. I contacted them all and I said, oh, come on, man, I need your post. Oh, yeah, I do that kind of thing.
So, Artemis, what have you got?
Well, I have to start this off. Here, I'll post the link first.
Okay. Here we go.
It's too bad Ivan G had to leave us. Again, he has created a really good post. And this time, well, he has been all the way through showing us how to do it. But this post shows us really excellent details how to create his origami artwork. And this guy spends a lot of time doing origami. It's amazing the creative things that he comes up with. But it's well written, and I'm going to give it a try. It's inspired me.
Anyone who's not familiar with Artemis, she runs the Fiber Ramble, and her primary focus is creatives on the platform, from those that are working with fibers right through to artists and photographers. That's what she's looking at. Ah,
Yeah,
Darius
he
says
got
he's got
carried.
Cured.
And it's not his first one.
That is some beautiful work on it. I love the way he lays it out in that he's got some pictures, but he's not just pictures. There's some explanation and some commentary there.
There has to be explanation and commentary to get my... I see a lot of posts that are just a picture of some beautiful work that must have taken a really long time and a lot of talent to complete. But there's very little words behind it. We want to know more. We want to know a little bit of who you are. We want to know what inspired you to create this? How did you learn your talents? Just tell us something. It doesn't have to be a novel, but we want to know more background.
I always love it when people share pictures of the progress. It gives that little bit more extra boost to a post. Somebody posts a painting and it's just a painting and a few words. It can be amazing because a painting can tell a whole story. But if you also see a little bit of the pictures and the progress, it gives so much more depth to your post. And I like this post as well, what you just shared. You see all the steps, and yeah, it makes it appealing to read. It makes it appealing to try out. So yeah, that's a good post.
Stephen Wood has commented that he finds it hard to connect without at least some text. And as Arias pointed out, showing the process is important so you know it isn't stolen work. And unfortunately, we see that way too often.
Yeah, that's as you well. Most of us here are artists. If somebody takes credit for your work, I have it done to me, and let me tell you, I'm not a nice snack when that happens. I'm a very down-to-earth person. I am very generous and kind. But if you steal my work, oh my God! And I can only imagine how other people react. It's just not done. And that's also why I always share my progress pictures to show that it's me. And every now and then I share a picture of me holding the work and I kind of hide behind it. But still, I am I hate cameras, I hate videos, but still, you want to show that you can go to Google or whatever and you can pick a picture and say it's yours, and that's just not done. It's awful. It's an awful thing to do. So please, never ever do that.
Well, thankfully it hasn't happened very often, but periodically somebody does bring in something that is plagiarized to Pimp Your Post Thursday. And when that's discovered, and proven, there's no questions asked. The person's banned and it isn't lifted.
Yep, same goes for You Got Snacked. I had it done once. Well, I curated a post and somebody else contacted me and said, hey, listen, yada yada yada, it's stolen. So I took a deeper look, and it was. So I took back the vote and I contacted that person and said, well, that's not going to happen, you know. sometimes you trust too easy, and yeah, you have to be careful, but you cannot always, stop it. You cannot always, like with radio shows. Sometimes you have a person on the radio show, and a few weeks later, you find out that, well, that was not so good. But yeah, you can't know everything, and it makes it a little bit harder. But also, I like digging, so why not?
Well, exactly.
Shadows. Mandel Sage has asked permission to share a post in the chat that is a perfect example of showing progress. Could he have the mic for a minute or two?
Yeah, although Artemis just showed one, but go ahead, Mandel Sage.
Not sure if I want the mic, but thank you. Yeah, there it is. I really, really love this.
Well, yes, that's an amazing post because it's in the snack compilation. Yay! So I saw it and he snacked it, and I was like, yes, that is an amazing post. So he's totally right in my eyes.
But the one thing, this is beautiful artwork, okay, and it does show the progress, but no commentary. Take us into the process.
I did consider that. I looked at her blog and I looked at all her past stuff. It's a progress thing because she before was just basically posting her finished work without much commentary, and this was her latest one, which she was obviously very proud of, and she did do a bit of talking about it in the beginning of the post. So I thought that I would highlight it, and I want to watch her from now on, following, because she says that she's just beginning now with doing this. I don't know if she paints. She must. I mean, I can only imagine that she must have some experience at painting. But she has just begun doing it digitally, and I thought for a beginner, this is just really, really beautiful.
Well, you're making a very nice segue into one that I looked at this morning and really liked. And it's by our friend G Mux, who's one of the admins over at the Writer's Block. And I didn't realize until this morning that G Mux actually does some sketch work. And he's bringing that on to doing it digitally. And he was looking around for a piece of software to be able to do some sketching in, and discovered that one of the programs that he had previously used is now available at no charge. So what he did was a tutorial on how to use the program. And in his usual well-detailed methods, he's laid out a beautiful tutorial here that anybody can pick the program up and pick up the idea of how to use the program and go from there. So I was quite impressed with this one. He's gone, right from downloading it to the early stages of actually using it, how he's using it himself, and recommendations on the types of tablets the sketch tablets and styles to use in order to be able to use the software. So I was quite happy with that.
That does look quite amazing. I'm going to read it later.
Yeah.
That's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, is buy one of these tablets, the drawing tablets. It would be so much fun to get into that.
I would imagine so.
Can I tell a little story about that?
Well, yes, you are our guest.
Jesus, it was so amazing. I wanted to have a drawing pad, and I got one for my birthday, and I never use it because I am. I used it. I tried it, and it was kind of fun. But turns out I want to feel paper, so I have this really expensive drawing pad right now. But now you can buy a new one, and you can actually put paper on it and then draw on it, and it makes it digital. And I think I have to go with that one because some people really need to feel canvas or paper, and drawing on a tablet is not the same for me at least.
So
Yes,
it picks
I've
up the,
heard that it.
excuse me, Mandel Sage, it picks up the pressure of the stylus?
Yes, you can. It's the same kind of pen you have with it, but you can. It's like I don't know. Is it called a clipboard where you can put papers in?
Okay.
I think it's a clipboard, right? And then you
That would
can
hold
put
it
your
steady for you.
paper. Yes, and you can just sketch on it with it hard pressure, soft pressure, or whatever you feel is. It can hold harder pressure as well, so you can work on it with any kind of thing. In you can pick the brushes as your pen, but you're still drawing on real paper.
So then
And
you
you
get the
can
benefit of both worlds.
Yes, and you can also draw on it with a pen. You don't have to use a special pen. You can just draw. Fix it
Also,
up.
like if you were
Very
doing a
cool.
pencil sketch, you could use that.
Yep, you can just do that. And I think it's really expensive now. I have not looked into it, so for now, it's still a dream, but it's there. It's getting there, and I think that will make it for me able to really start doing digital work, because I don't know, I'm really not good at digital work because of the feeling of it, and I understand that most people really really enjoy doing it, and I just want to enjoy it too, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't.
I think as the price comes down, it will probably end up reaching a very large market of people that like to sketch, but haven't felt comfortable going digital.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm looking forward to having one or two
Yeah.
or three. I don't know.
So, did you have another one that another post that you wanted to share with us?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not a curator. Oh yeah, I do. 1 second. Yep,
What was that you said earlier? If you read and enjoy the post, you're curating it?
yeah, and it's recorded as well. I cannot take it back.
Exactly. We
Oh
got
my
you
word.
now.
Well, I like to curate different kind of posts. So from art to a laugh, I went to this one.
Okay.
Very serious. This person, cat on the train, is looking for to buy a piece of property where he can set up his what's it called, business. And he went to see this property and wrote about it in his post. And I thought, I'm not really up to date with things like this. It's not something that I do every day, go to see property and but what comes with it. And he wrote about it, and it's an amazing post. He gives a lot of information, shares a lot of details in his pictures as well, and also he's very honest at the end that he would not buy this property for the price that they asked. So it's a very honest and open post about buying property and what he's looking for. It was totally different. I don't see much posts like this, and that's why I snagged it. So I love curating it because it's something different.
That's one of the things that I enjoy about the Ramble is doing a variety of posts.
Sorry?
I said it's one of the things I enjoy about doing the Ramble is that I look at a variety of posts.
Yes, it's amazing. And if you look at my feed as well, because I there's not just mostly you follow people that you have this connection with or like the same things like you do, but mine is so spread out. It goes from shoes to art to poetry to movies to music, everywhere. I'm all over the place. I love it.
But that's part of the fun. Kellyman has pointed out, he says he hasn't spotted a post like this before, and it's a pretty good opportunity to learn about real estate.
Yeah, and that's what I like. It's not the same. It's a few in the past, but not many. So.
All right. And he's got a nice format here. It's well laid out, and there's lots of white space. I love white space.
You do?
It's easier to read.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry.
What do you think I was saying?
No.
Shadow's artwork is a big white canvas with a little red dot in the middle.
Yeah.
Sort of like Battle's post last a couple weeks ago, where she decided she was going to do a white paper for Team Good. And when you looked at it, she'd scanned a piece of white paper.
That was priceless.
That's awful.
Trust battle axe. It was absolutely brilliant. Okay, Artemis, what do you got?
Yeah.
What else you got? There we go.
Well, I thought this post was really cool. She's got a lot of pictures. What I can gather, it's a craft festival in Russia, and she shows us a bunch of the various pieces. But what she also does was she gives us a little cultural history of dolls in Russia and what they mean. They've been made for talismans for children. It just, I don't know, it was kind of a feel-good post.
That's a nice one, actually.
I don't want to tell you too much about it. You have to read it, but it's really interesting.
Well, Angel loves those feel-good posts. He told us that. He likes feel-goods on his posts.
Well, there is the female form involved in this post, but probably not the parts he likes.
Oh, well. She's done some beautiful work here.
The pictures that she took, the color in her photographs, and the ones that she decided to showcase, I think are brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the last picture, and she might be happy.
Oh, you're good, Snecky. There they are.
See, everybody's
Uh-oh.
happy.
He's going to be centered on that picture, and he'll ignore the rest of the post. In the traditional Russian culture, the doll was the center of many calendar and family ceremonies. I kind of wondered why so many of those different types of dolls came out of that area, but now I know why.
Yeah, it answers that question. Those beautiful stacking dolls with the beautiful paint, the beautiful artwork. It's just amazing. And I never knew why. Now I do.
And Beautiful Bully says, I love the doll in the second picture. That would be this one here. Lovely.
Oh, it looks really good, yeah.
So, how are you doing when it comes to finding posts right now, with some of the posting being on the quiet side?
Well, in a nutshell, it's a bitch, to be honest. I'm finding the niche that I've chosen, which are my interests. It's a much smaller community, and I'm having a hard time with. I love seeing new Steamians coming in and posting their talents, but I'm finding lately it's a really hard time to differentiate between the plagiarism and what's real. You really have to search.
And that brings us back to showing the process makes a big difference.
Actually, there was one that I actually curated it. I did a bit of a search on Google and went to a couple other sites to try to, because I don't know, there was something about it, it was just too good from a new Steamian. And I thought, we all come from different places. So an excellent post from a new Steamian shouldn't be that unusual. In fact, it should be encouraging. But then Carl Nash, once I posted it, pointed out that it was plagiarized. We all miss them. And it's hard to tell sometimes. And she even had some sort, I don't know how she did it, but she had process in it.
So she plagiarized the process. Oh, lovely. She'd taken that talent and put it into doing a real post.
Needless to say, I left her a comment. I wasn't rude, but I said, this is unacceptable. And if you have an interest, why don't you learn and do this yourself?
Like, that's good to call it out. And Stephen Wood says, I've always trusted 100% that the work I was upvoting, commenting on was genuine, perhaps naive, but I'm annoyed that I now have to think twice. Yeah, very true. So, Snecky, your curators and yourself, how are you finding locating good content? Is it a struggle, or are you doing fairly easily?
It depends. There are days that you come across like a million good posts and you can't even pick, and there are days that you only find posts with one picture saying hello or look at my friend or things like that. It's a struggle at times. Um, I don't know. I think now that the price of Steam is lower, it's sad to say, but gets a little bit harder to find good posts because I don't know why, but there's a little bit more. I don't know. Like people don't put the same effort in it. Not everybody, of course, because there are still amazing posts out there, but at times it gets a little difficult. And but we dig and we will find it. I mean, we are fighters, right? And no matter what, we will dig it up. It's hidden somewhere.
I try to periodically do a Steam Ramble that focuses on new Steamians. So I use the Steam lookup tool to search between the reps of 25 and 40. And they have to have a minimum of 300 words in the post so that I don't end up with just photos or just a video. And the amount of spam that I have to comb through to find the little jewels is just absolutely amazing. And hopefully a lot of those people will not last on the platform, or we're going to end up with way more spam than we're dealing with now.
Yes, but yes, I was going to say something very smart, but it's just gone. It's like a poof, gone.
The heat got into your room.
Yeah.
Mandel says it's a bit odd that the people are posting now that the price is low. Surely the more regular posters, knowing that the price fluctuates, will be up again, and that they should be using this time to invest more in Steam with fiat to increase their vote power. No, actually, I use this time to invest my talents into Steam and continue to post, if not more. I don't post less.
I normally post more as well when things are like this, but this time, for some reason, I am enjoying the outside life a little bit more, and I find myself looking at my feed and say, "Oh, I haven't posted in 3 days. Oh no, bad snacky, because I started out thinking I will post every day, every single day. Then I turned it to 5 days a week, and now I'm like, oh, I don't know." So it's just, but I still put as much and the same effort in my post as normally. But yeah, it fluctuates, and I like to. I don't honestly. I don't care if. Well, I like Steam to go up, but I don't. I don't. It doesn't mind to me if it's lower. I will just keep doing my thing.
I think Stephen Wood made a really excellent point. In many ways, the low Steam price may bring a new hardcore of awesome, genuine creators to the fore. I think right now is a really good time to break out of your shell and explore different aspects of yourself in your posts.
Yeah, I think there's a point to that. Even without necessarily exploring yourself, you can certainly try some different styles of writing and improve the writing you have been doing.
Exploring yourself on a day like this is perfect.
Oh, Mandel says he doesn't get why people are posting less. Okay, now I got it.
Yeah, post. People keep posting.
But post good stuff.
Yes,
put some thought into it. Put some time into it.
And as Engine Witty points out with his I friend you, follow you, let's put a little bit more time into our comments. I think GoPro came up with an excellent idea. He has an award now for you've been nominated for the best shit comment.
Those are great.
I love them. Those are absolutely great. I've got them sitting on my desktop, and I'm getting now that when I see those types of comments, I don't say a word. I just drop in one of those graphics. I think I did that on one of Desi Q's the other day, didn't I?
You did, and you made her laugh at a time when she needed some laughter.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. GoPro, you've done a wonderful thing there. I did one this morning on Walden. He made a nasty comment on somebody's post, and I just dropped in the shit comment award. There we go.
Oh, I want to have one.
Just copy it down and use it. Go.
No, I want to get one. I'm gonna make a shitty reply somewhere. I want to earn it.
Careful, now you're going to have a bunch of them showing up in your feed, Snacky.
Ooh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's the other one.
Oh, they look so amazing cool.
So I keep both of them on my desktop, and when I come across, particularly dumb shit comments, I just drop them in as a reply. No other words said. And there's you've been nominated.
They make me smile.
Well, that's kind of my thinking is that if the person that is getting that sent to them smiles, then it's worth it. Like in this case, Desi Q, she's having a bit of a rough time right now. She's got a young daughter that just does not want to come into this world. So I saw a comment on one of her posts that didn't need to be there, and I dropped one of them in there.
I have to be honest, though, about one thing. I am a shitty replier.
I have to admit to that.
It's awful. It's a thing that I cannot teach myself. I try, and I always fail at it.
You're not alone there, Snacky. Not at all.
Yeah. No, that's a good thing.
I've got several comments sitting there that are waiting a reply, and I need to get at them, yet somehow there always seems to be something else in the way.
Yep. And then I am kind of person like, oh, I'm doing this, and then I say, oh, butterfly.
Beautiful Bullies is saying she loves how Mr. Boom handles spammers. He basically trolls them with random comments back, but they're so funny. And Stephen Wood says if we can have fun dealing with the poor elements of the platform, that is a win. So that gets interesting. So we're down to a couple of minutes there, Artemis.
Yes.
Does our guest have any final thoughts and your final thoughts? And it's all yours.
Well, how about you, Snacky? Would you like to leave us with a final thought?
A final thought.
Or two.
Or three. No. Yeah. I think if people look at posts with their eyes really wide open and see what's written between the lines, sometimes you will find an even more hidden gem than you thought you found. People should have a little bit more, respect for each other, and instead of burning each other down, lift each other up. I think the platform is doing that, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope that everybody who's listening right now will do that as well. Share the love, not the fights and the hate, and help each other, be kind to each other. And you can say the truth, but you can choose your words wisely.
Thank you, Snacky. Those are very wise words. And most importantly, have some damn fun, because I think that's what it's all about. It's having some fun.
Fun is all that matters. Fun is life. You only live once, so make the best of it.
On that note, I think maybe we'll say goodbye, and thank you so much for coming, Snacky. I know we all enjoyed it. And I hope everybody has some good takeaways from this session, because I know I do. So this is Artemis North and Shadows Pub saying, have a great day. Go forth and steamiate.
And steamiate we will.